also going to give you a few options. If you wanted to use like a release tool, I'm going to use the tequila bottles, but like a lacrosse ball, any bottle works. I'm going to put them under my hamstrings for a little bit extra leverage, and then reach for my toes and let everything roll down. So what happens is if you put these little release tools, or even your weights, if you have weights, that happens too, Kim, you're doing great, then it gives a little bit of extra pressure on the back of your legs. It's important, especially for your low back, for your knees to be micro bent, so that it doesn't actually just tug and pull the wrong way on your low back. Now, as we dive into this 15-minute restore, reset, remember the intention is for you to just calm and cool the nervous system, which is going all the time, all day, never really stopping until we sleep, and hopefully when you sleep, if you get good sleep. The fight or flight mechanism in our body, the stress response, cortisol, the hormone that pumps through our body to help us, it's meant originally in our survival mechanism to help us run from, let's say, a lion or something that was trying to hurt us as a human species. But nowadays, there's no actual lions chasing us here. I mean, some people in the world, but right now, here, not. So that cortisol, that fight or flight stress response, isn't actually initiated for lions, but instead, the mental lions that chase you when you've got red notifications, or too many emails, or your to-do list is too long, or the mental construct we put on ourselves that's stressful. All right, roll slowly back up. Oh yeah, that feels good. If you've got the release tools, just put them to the side. Take your right leg up and over for a seated twist. Left arm high to the sky, then twist over your right shoulder. Ideally, you're sitting really tall and proud in your structure. Pull your chin towards your right shoulder, sit tall in the spine. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds. That's like 4 to 5 deep breath cycles. As you inhale, try to get taller. As you exhale, squeeze and compress your torso to relieve tension. It's pretty hard to breathe when you're twisting, so you'll feel that resistance building, but no worries, let that resistance meet you where you're at. And notice by maybe the 4th or 5th breath, it's just a tiny bit easier. Step by step, consistently stretching and holding. The work we do to open up gets a little bit easier. Awesome. Second little layer. You can stay here happily, or if it's inaccessible in your body, grab your left hand for the outer pinky toe edge of your foot and kick it out straight. It may feel kind of good to lean back, maybe bend your knee again like our seated forward fold, or sit up really tall on your spine and look back, or like Kim was doing, extend your arm. I'm pretty steadfast in my sit bones, so I can sit up tall. If you feel a little wobbly, no problem. Replant your hands like a stake in the grass, a fence post. Hold steady, and then just work the IT band opening from the outer thigh. Four deep breath cycles. Pay attention to your breathing. Even just the 15 minutes that you're taking to do this is going to take you out of that reactionary stress, fight, or flight space. If you focus on breathing and you're not checking your phone, sometimes I know it's hard to not, because I'm not directly watching you, give yourself this 15 minutes. Put the phone away, be here, and just breathe. I promise there will be exponential healing value for you if you just let your head clear for a second. All right, we're going to do a fun flip around. Take your right toes back over into your like seated twist, but you're going to spin left into downward facing dog to the back of your mat. Good. Downward dog, everyone. Take a few breaths here. Yeah, you don't have to be fully on the mat too, Kim, if you want to scooch back. I mean, you can also just pet her and love her if you want to. She's just a big fluff dog. I know. So in your down dog, you can feel the exact same action happening as our seated forward fold. It's pretty cool. It's the same muscle action, the same blueprint, Micro bend your knees, just like we did in that first seated forward fold. Hike your booty to the sky, but keep the knees bent enough that your back remains straight. And then maybe you shake your head yes and no, taking some tension out of the shoulders, the scapula, the neck. It feels good to just change the dimension and the direction of the neck. Swing your right leg up to the sky for a 3-legged downward dog. Now in my body, it feels really good to swing my leg up and then scorpion tail. That means bring your right foot towards your left butt cheek. Opening up, feeling the stretch. Go for the place where it's a little hard to breathe. That's the sweet spot. Hello, body. Hello, resistance. I'm going to meet you. Thank you for teaching me where I need to pay more attention. Bring your knee towards your nose. Curl it on in. And then kick your leg out into what we call fallen triangle. Kick your leg out to the left. Lightly drop your sit bones down to the ground in this kind of fallen triangle. That's perfect, Kim. Now in my body, I like to keep my back toes tucked under, and then I walk my hands forward and hold. Beautiful. Kim's got a great variation. So her back toes, the reason I say tuck them under is basically she's just kind of rolling a weight here. Tuck them like, oh, is this the bad one? Is that the bad toe?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, she broke this toe, sorry. So do whatever feels good, Kim. Don't make it hurt. Yeah. So your toes are kind of like pushing down and in because the idea is I want you to roll your left hip to the left. Do you feel the difference? And then the outer right butt cheek is going to get a nice stretch, your IT band. Again, it's the same exact stretch as our seated IT band, right? But this time, I can't with the cuteness. You're now her pillow. Now your IT band is getting this awesome stretch too. If you don't feel it, you can walk your hands to the top right edge. So you're kind of like stretching away from the twist, but keep rolling your left hip down to the left. That's important here. Awesome. If you're feeling like you want a little bit of a activation release, Kim's gonna stay. I'll show you just taking that tequila bottle or whatever you got under your right quad, right IT band, and basically just finding the place, oh God, that you get the most sensation. I ran a lot today, so I feel this. And then I'm rolling down and holding. So the pressure from my outer right IT band is getting a nice little push from that foam the release tool. Whether it's your bottle, whether it's your lacrosse ball, tennis ball, foam roller, it all works the same. You're hoping to put a little bit of pressure in that outer leg, therefore opening up the fascia, the connective tissue that connects your quadricep, the 4 muscles in the front, and your hamstrings in the back. 3 breaths. Walk up to your palms and literally spin, face the front of your mat again. Grab your release tools if you have them, or Kim's going back into seated forward fold. Ready, set, reach. Second set, head down, bend your knees a lot. You'll notice I've got a lot of hamstring flexibility, but I'm still hyper bent in my knees. Chest is flat, stick your tush out, and then let your head go all the way down. So I'm sure as a kid you don't remember learning how to walk or learning how to speak English or the language, the first language that you spoke. But over time, step by step, fall by fall, word by word that you learned, you know, that first word probably no or yes, you acquired consistent work towards a goal. But if you told an infant, hey, in 1 year I'm going to teach you something so complex as how to walk and speak, or maybe speak in 2 years, obviously you'd never be able to fathom that end result. So just day by day, you teach them another word, you teach them how to take another step. You were taught that as well. Since the dawn of your existence, you've known how to take it one day at a time. Take seated twist, left knee bends. Place your foot on the outer edge of your leg. Lift your right arm to the sky and twist over your left shoulder. Really tall in your spine, breathe in. Look towards your chin, left shoulder. That same dynamic breathing, laterally inflating your ribs. Cooling and calming yourself to a place where you're not reactive, trying to fight or flight. Flight meaning run. Instead, you're at a place where you're assertive, contemplative, and reflective. Just feeling what this moment has to offer you is much different than trying to force yourself on it. Kim's got a great example of expanding her chest. Keep looking back. Let your breath guide from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Welcome in all of the places that feel impatient or upset or less than good. Just as quickly as they come, they pass. Experience by experience, thought by thought, it all fades. Time always heals. All right, fun spin around. Take your left foot back into that seated twist, but you're still gonna spin over to the right. Push into your left toes, downward dog to the back of your mat. 3 breaths. Maybe even feeling a little bit different from the first set. This inversion is so good. Your heart first, head second. The blood flow even gets a little surge. The cerebral spinal fluid moves in the opposite direction. Now lift your left leg. Open up your left hip. Shake it on around. Charge your right heel lower towards the earth with a micro bend in your right knee so that you get hamstring length on the right, but left quad opening on the left leg. Then swing your knee to your nose. And fallen triangle kick. Left leg out to the side. Awesome, Kim. Drop your pelvis. Set yourself up slow. Tuck your back right toes under. Walk your hands forward and lay in. Even in the minute and a half that we hold the pose, your body's going to naturally adjust. Fascia starts to soften. The reactor in your brain, the Golgi tendon, that also stops defending and lets the stretch soften. And then the more deeply you breathe, the easier it is for you to get to that point. So if you want to make tiny adjustments, even now, 30 seconds in, to feel it a little deeper, you're welcome. Or taking on that active release tool, sliding and gliding your left T-band. Oh boy, here we go. Close your eyes and just breathe here for a second. Hey today! I'm ready for the best week of my life. I'm grounded, I'm excited, and I'm growing. I trust my path, even if I can't see the end. Step by step, I'm fucking consistent. Everyone breathe in. Namaste, Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Katie Be Happy. This 15-minute burst is meant to be done every day, every week, multiple times a day. Please just keep doing this kind of work. I can't tell you how much this is needed right now. I'm sitting more at a screen more than ever. If I don't get up every hour from my screen for 5 to 10 minutes and either stretch, look away, do something, my eyes start to twitch, my nervous system's reactive. So take this on as like a little challenge to really make yourself, maybe just do like a little piece of it, 5 minutes each hour. Whatever you can do personally to shift and reevaluate your lens of focus throughout the day that makes you stay grounded, because we don't know if we're going to get tomorrow. Don't spend your day just wasting it grinding away. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you.